Hey everyone, welcome back to Gastromania. Today we are going to be presenting a recipe on steamed tofu with minced meat. This recipe is incredibly easy and fast to prepare and requires almost no skill. Not to mention, it's really healthy to make, so it'll be suitable for elderly and children alike. Without further ado, let's get right into this recipe. First, for the ingredients, we have 1 block of silken tofu. Use the silken type if possible as it's softer and more suitable for soups and steaming. 150 grams of minced pork. Both the lean or fatty one will work for this. 40 grams of sweet preserved radish. I'm using the sweet type as I prefer its flavour profile over the salty type. Two cloves of garlic for aromatics. 3 stalks of spring onions for garnish. Before cooking, we have to marinate the minced pork. 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce for umami flavour. 1 tablespoon of cooking wine to help get rid of the gamey pork smell. Half a tablespoon of oyster sauce for some seafoody umami. Half a teaspoon of sesame oil for some fragrance. And here's a little trick. 1 tablespoon of water to make it more moist and maintain its tenderness after the cooking process. A dash of white pepper powder for some spicy kick. Half teaspoon of cornstarch to help make it more tender. Mix the seasonings evenly. Cling wrap it and seal the bowl. Marinate it for at least 30 minutes so that the flavours are fully absorbed into the meat. Next, let's prepare the preserved radish. Soak the sweet preserved radish in water and rinse it. Strain the sweet preserved radish. Try to remove as much water as possible to prevent oil splatters later during the frying process. And lastly, before cooking, plate the tofu first. Here's how to remove it from the packaging without any damage. First, peel a corner of the wrapper on the tofu package. Pour out the water inside the packaging. Then, peel the package wrapper fully. Cover it with a plate. Then, overturn the entire package and the tofu should come out in one piece without any damage. Plate the tofu nicely in the center of the plate. And with that, let's get cooking. Add some oil into a hot wok. Fry the minced garlic until it gets fragrant. Then, add the sweet preserved radish and fry it until it gets fragrant. Add the minced meat. Try to break them up into smaller bits. It'll be easier to break up the minced meat once it starts to get cooked. Then, we are going to be making sort of a sauce. Add 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. and then balance it with about 1 teaspoon of sugar. Add a little bit of boiling water when it gets too dry. Half teaspoon of dark soy sauce just for color. You can adjust the color to your personal preference. Always remember to taste and adjust the flavor to your personal preference as well. For me, I prefer a slightly spicier kick, so I'm going to add a dash of white pepper powder. Mix everything evenly. Then this minced meat is completed. Pour the minced meat and gravy over the plated tofu. Try to spread out the meat evenly using a spatula. With that, we can start steaming the tofu. Steam the tofu at high heat for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you can take the tofu out. Garnish the tofu with loads of spring onions. Add some chilies for the reds, making it a really colourful dish. It smells heavenly with the well-seasoned minced pork and preserved radish. Look at the spoon cutting through the tofu like hot knife through butter. This tofu is sure to melt in your mouth and send a flavour explosion. Perfect for gatherings with elderly and young children. Try it today, and we have come to the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed this recipe, do consider supporting us by hitting the like button. Subscribe to the channel for weekly recipes if you have not done so. Follow us on our Instagram account to get updated on our latest activities. And I'll catch you in my next video.